Can you explain to us the difference between A-list work study program, A-list, and film school?
Ooh, well, in my film school, they focused more on I guess like the theory of everything and the technology of everything. So I had classes where it's like set, this is the terminology, which when I say terminology, they're focusing on this is what this cable is called. This is what this type of file is referred to. This is where that name came from. They're not talking about walkie talk, or they're not talking about like all the abbreviations that we have. They're teaching you these. This is what it actually is, which doesn't really help out much. They focus on like the theory of, why did they use this color in the film? Like I felt like film school is, I did learn a lot of helpful information, but I didn't learn how to get on set. I didn't learn anything about networking. I didn't learn about, what do people look for? They're all like, they tell everyone, you should be a PA, start off as a PA. You want to be a PA. I never learned what a PA actually does. Like they're like, oh, a PA helps out on set. That's where everyone starts. Nobody tells you a PA will take out the trash, will clean up the lunch tables, will fill the vans with gas. They don't tell you this stuff. You're thinking, I'm going to be holding the camera when the cameraman needs to step off, or I'm going to hold the boom. That's not what's going to happen at all. So it was just, I think for about 2.5 years after film school, I'm still not in the film industry. I have an associate's in film, TV, radio broadcasting. I have a certificate in video production and a certificate in graphics design. Couldn't get into anything. When I joined Friends in Film, it was an entirely different approach. And I tell this to everyone I talk to. It's like, they tell you how to find the jobs and not just how to continuously find jobs, but how to have the jobs look for you. It's very rare when I have to apply. It's very rare when I have to reach out. I'm already at the point where like 90 to 95% of my jobs estimate are calling me, hey, are you free on these days? Hey, we have a shoot coming up. Can you shoot me your resume so I can give it to the PM? And I'm not having to go look for these anymore. And so I've learned how to act on set. I've learned the film lingo. Um, at the beginning, I was learning how to network and realizing that the word networking in the film industry is not the same as networking in the industrial corporate world. So it was just an entirely different approach. And what I loved was my first shoot. I worked for 4 days on this shoot, and they had like they had no idea that I hadn't done this before. They like by the fourth day they thought I had, well, how many months have you been PAing, or how many years have you been PAing? It's like 3 days.
And they're like, how do
And
you know all
it
this
happened
stuff?
like the first month or two, like nobody would have known that I was brand new in the film industry. Everyone thought I was, rocking it, had been here for years. There was a PA on one shoot on my second month. She was getting upset because I would jump and take initiative on things. She's like, hey, you need to let me know so we can both do this. And I'm thinking, I can stop and tell you the game plan, or if I can do it on my own, I can just initiate it and speed the production along. But it was just because a lot of people were focusing on, like, I was bumped up to be a camera assistant on that shoot. I was driving the gear van, and she was just like, I've been at this for 3 years and they're giving this all to you. And it was just everything that I had learned in Friends and Film A List. I would still like go back and look through all my notes, keep a notebook with all your notes, color mark them if it helps you with visuals. Um, yeah, like I this program has entirely changed my life, because I promise you guys, like what film school this is gonna sound horrible because I love my professors, but there's a reason why they're teaching and they're not in the film industry. I love
What's
them,
what's the
but
reason?
they're not in the film industry. So teaching you all this, and a lot of them might be helping out independent films, which are fun, which are great. It's a great place to start. But if you do want to get to like higher budget kind of things, I think it's a whole different ballgame than what film school teaches you.
Yeah. This is becoming an extraordinary person in the film industry so you have all this work coming to you. Becoming such a go-getter like you are in the film industry so you have all this work coming to you and you have people calling you. You can't get that in film school. We get that through experiences after doing this and seeing other people doing it, and hearing examples of it, and seeing Crystal and seeing Patrick and hearing it from Iwa and Scott out there doing it. Oh yeah, that's how it's done. You hear me talk about my experiences and you're like, okay, she was scared too, but she freaking pushed it. I can push it too. I want that. I want that confidence. I want that life. I want people calling me. I can do this. All it
My
is a shift in
family
my
actually,
mind.
I don't know if you remember, but when I first started the program, I think I watched a video on confidence. I'm hoping that's still in the program because that was like one of my favorite videos. I started implementing what I was learning in Friends and first, depending on, don't speed through the modules. Take your time. Really, I would go to Starbucks just to get away from the house and really study the modules, absorb it. I think I was like in the second month, and I'm still learning about how to get in the industry, getting in the industry, networking. And I started implementing everything I learned at my day job. I was working at Costco, and I just started, my attitude, my approach, how I reacted with my coworkers, with the managers, and I just really focused on, okay, this is how I have to act whenever I'm in the film industry. So let's just start doing it now. My family commented that at home I was just so much happier, in a positive mood, just walking around with so much confidence, that they just saw this huge difference from this girl who was like sitting in a funk because I wasn't doing what I wanted to do in life, and I felt like my dreams were falling apart. And when my family said they saw a big difference, it was a huge boost. But yeah, it's been so good.
Yay. Thank you for sharing all that. That was so great.